What's up, guys? This is my post thoughts on Cotto versus Martinez. I just looked at the video to see what I said on the last one. I know how I felt, but I wanted to watch my last video, the quote-unquote prediction. Yeah, and I broke it all down for you guys. I said that Cotto, he would probably lose to Martinez if it's a fresh, uninjured Martinez. We all saw what happened. Let's look at the facts. Cotto, he beat a 39-year-old guy. He's always gonna be like, oh, is that real? Is he a paper champ? He's got the real belt, the linear title, whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and bash Cotto. Cotto did what he had to do. He had the fight in front of him, a much bigger man, and I said that if this guy would fall apart in that ring that night, that Cotto would probably grind out and get a win decision. Cotto dismantled him quickly. I think we were lied to. I think Martinez was a lot more hurt than we knew about, obviously, because he wanted that payday. He wanted to get that last payday in there. And you can't fault the guy because, it's big money and it's his retirement, realistically. But I want to give props to Cotto because Cotto comes up with a win on a much bigger man, and he did the job and he got what he was supposed to do and he got it done right. And you cannot fault a guy for that. Martinez, I'm a real fan of him. I like him. I just think he never belongs in that ring again, because if you go in there, if you're a NASCAR fan, which I don't watch NASCAR, or even a horse race fan, speaking of horses, which just happened Saturday night, whatever, the Triple Crown never happens. If you got no horseshoes, right, on the horse, he's gonna lose. If you got no wheels or the proper tires on the NASCAR, the guy's never gonna win. Sergio Martinez was his knee was so shot it wasn't even funny. But Cotto is the wrong guy to go in there and prove that against and test that against or whatever. So, Cotto won that fight, and now he puts himself back in the limelight as far as, big time fights go, big time pay-per-views. And Floyd Mayweather 2 versus Cotto could happen now. I could see that happening. And maybe Mayweather doesn't want to fight Cotto now, because I think Mayweather is getting to where Sergio Martinez is. He didn't look so spectacular facing Madonna. He's got those old legs. When you're up there, besides B-Hop, when you're up there in your mid to late 30s, it's a wrap on most fighters. So it's going to be really interesting. The whole Cotto, what happens with Cotto? Does he clean up? Does Cotto fight like guys like Shane Mosley and get wins on older guys? Does he finish his career like that? Because Cotto's a shop-worn 33-year-old, and he looked spectacular against a guy, let's be honest, had a serious knee injury, all right? And he didn't look good at all, and he was old. He's almost 40. So Sergio Martinez was not 100%, but had that fight taken place when they were both fresh, come on. I just would bet 1,000 that Martinez would win. But that wasn't the case Saturday night. If you want to go to the fight prediction before this, what I said about it, it was one of those weird predictions, where on the fence, like, this could happen, that could have happened, because of all the variables. And I basically covered my ass in that video, saying that Sergio Martinez, if he's injured, he's not going to win. But I got to be honest, I was wrong, because Cotto won. I never thought Cotto would do what he did. Let's not get it twisted here. There's no excuses, and there shouldn't be excuses from anybody that's bitter about anything. It's a sport. You're never going to be right 100% of the times, and you got to own up, and you got to own certain situations. And Cotto brings a lot of entertainment, and so does Sergio Martinez in their careers. And Cotto, he deserves it. He deserves the accolades that goes with that win against Sergio Martinez, no matter what happened. No matter what happened. Even if Sergio Martinez broke his hand and quit, doesn't matter. He won the fight, he got the job done, and props to him. And Sergio Martinez, I'm a fan of you, dude, and I hate to see you go. The reign of Martinez is over. You have no business in that ring again. And by the way, before I get off of this, I just want to say, Roy Jones Jr. shocked me. Roy Jones Jr. saying during the fight, if you take a shot, I'm paraphrasing, but he said basically, if you take a shot like that, and if they replayed something and Cotto was hitting Martinez and you're hurt because of that, you should quit. Roy Jones Jr. has no business telling any fighter that's 39 years old about quitting boxing, all right? He's been knocked out a few times, in a coma a few times, and he's still fighting. So Roy, hey, take your own advice. You should have took it like 4 or 5 years ago, buddy. Loved Roy Jones in his prime, though. All right, dudes, we'll see what happens, how this is going to play out with Cotto. We're talking about Triple G. We're talking about Cotto versus Mayweather too. There's interesting things that can happen now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, these guys are getting old. They're not young anymore. And Cotto's 33 and he's much older. I mean, hey, maybe there'll be a pack rematch. How could that happen? Freddie Roach, right? He trains them both now. That'd be interesting. So we'll see what happens, guys. Peace.